Hi everyone and welcome to Game Club, and today we'll be hoping that we'll be able to sleep easy and not have nightmares in the quick card game Onirim, including 7 expansions. Lucky us. So I think it's only fair to start out by saying that there's an excellent Onirim mobile game which mirrors the basic version of Onirim, and you can also buy the expansions as well, depending on how much you wish to play it and how much you enjoy it. But I'm going to do the unboxing now. I just thought I'd show that to you. Now the unboxing, so this is the Onirim box, and I personally absolutely love the box work. I think it's quite distinctive. It has a real sort of feeling of well, just menace. I love it. There's menace in this kind of labyrinth. Right, I'll just open it up, and now inside we've got once again a lovely sort of box. This is obviously following on from the box exterior. We've got the book of rules for the basic game, and then just underneath that, and the book of rules for the basic game, pretty much good flow. To be fair, the game is pretty simple to understand, and I would recommend, if you want a very sort of straightforward explanation, if you have a mobile device and you have access to the Google Play Store, I think it's also on iOS as well, just download the game and then play it once. It explains it in such a very simple way. Now there is rules for 2 players though, which isn't explained in the solo game, because this is a solo game. But what we'll be doing is the single player game. I would just hesitate to say that the 2-player game, I didn't find it as much fun as the initial game, just the solo game, sorry. Right, and then you've got in here, you've got your lovely book of expansions. These are a little bit more difficult to understand. It would be a case of, personally, once again, I think you get the free 1 expansion with the app, so probably start there, which is with the glyphs. This one here, this is a very sort of simplified one where you've got more gold cards, then you've got your dream catchers, slightly more layered, and then you've got the towers, which I generally don't play because I find it a little bit too confusing. Happy Dreams and Dark Premonitions is also okay as well. And then Crossroads and Dead Ends. As you can see, there's a lot of additional, there's 7 expansions. Crossroads and Dead Ends, yeah, it's just sort of much of a much. And Daughters of the Omniverse is actually, this is just basically the game in completion. Good fun, but probably not something that everyone wants to play. You get this lovely little token, which is for obviously the menacing dream or bad dream catcher. Then you've got your cards, and they're your standard cards, and then you've got your expansion cards, which all sit here, and they sit in order. So in order, the book is in order that they're laid out here, so don't forget that when you're playing this, it's quite easy to effectively navigate it. There's very few of these new hanging around. There's a lot of second-hand ones, but they should all still have all the cards there. Anyway, join us as we will now play the solo variant of the basic game of Onirim. Right, so I've got the game set up in front of me now. This is for a single player, the basic original Onirim version, not any of the expansions. I'll just move that across so you can see it a bit more. Basically, we're trying to avoid this guy here, and we're trying to get doorways, which I've got. I'll just see if I can find one here. So we're trying to avoid that card, which you can see, and we're trying to get these cards. They're the doorways. Now I'm just going to quickly shuffle that. Now, so when you basically deal, this is the only point in which every version of this agrees to. You basically deal out your cards, and if you come across any of either this guy or the doorway cards, you will effectively then remove them, and then you'll keep dealing, and then you shuffle basically those cards that you've pulled out back into the box. Then of course you will begin. Now what you're trying to do is you're trying to match 3 different types of card. You can do the same card twice as long as there is another card in between that basically breaks them up, but I'll show you as I go along. So effectively here I've got 1 white, 1 green, 2 greens and 1 red. I'll just put them like that so we've got them together. Doesn't matter, you can actually set them up like that, but I'm going to put in green to start with, and I'm hoping that another green comes out and it turns over, it's a red. It's my luck typically. So then I'll put a white there, and you turn over a card. Okay, so I'm going to put my moon crescent there. Now, oh, I've got that then goes there, and then I'll pull out another card. Oh, 2 doorways, and then the third one. Now you see, as you can see, I pulled out the evil menacing card, which basically means that I've got 2 options. I can either, sorry, 3 options, but at the moment I've got 2 options. So I can either lose an open doorway, I don't have any, or I lose all the cards that are currently here. Or if I have a key, I can use the key to effectively quell that. Unfortunately I can't, so I'm going to remove all of these. I've lost all of those. They will go into the discard pile. These 2 cards will go back in and you shuffle. Now at this point, this is where one of the major differences is in the app towards the game itself. Sorry, the played game as such. It's suggested in the played game you then won't shuffle, you'll deal 5 cards and then you'll shuffle all the cards in. I like to shuffle them because I think it just makes it fairer. And then you basically, so that's out, and then you basically re-draw your cards. Now if you get either a door or one of your nightmares, effectively put it there for reshuffle, and there we go. So then I've got my 5 again, put these cards in. Now the thing with Onirim is that it is push your luck. I wouldn't disagree with that at all, but I think also there is a layering of it when it comes to what I would call strategical logic. That may sound like a bit of fluff to some people, but what that basically means is that effectively you're strategically placing your cards in order to logically execute a sort of flow, a pattern. So for instance, I would put that card in next, and I've got a green, put the key in. Now some people, with this key, you can use the key in order to see the next 5 cards if you wish, which is what I'm going to do now to show you. So I discard that and I then go 1, 2, 3, 4. There's my 5 cards. Now I can choose 1 to discard, which will be the nightmare. And then I can put these 4 in any order I wish. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put them like this. So I'll put like that. As you can see, it's just for the flow, purposes of flow. You put them back in and then you draw again, and it's so you know what you're going to get. So now I've got a green, and I'll probably then put that green there. I'll put that green there, and then I know I'm not going to get another green. Now unfortunately, this sort of, sometimes the game really goes with you, sometimes it goes completely against you, and I think today it's going to go completely against me. But I'm playing this for real, for live, no selected patterns, so if you see me lose, then them's the breaks. Right, what I'm going to do is then I'm going to dump my white card, which is probably not a sensible move. I should actually, no, I'll dump my blue card, actually it's probably more logical. Now then I can pull another card out, and it's the doorway, that will get shuffled back in, and then I've got, oh, great. Today's going to be one of those days. Right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to shuffle this up again, and I'm going to then decide to put in the blue door. Okay, and the next one is green. Okay, it's going to be one of those days. And then what? So effectively now, as you can see, the pattern is growing. Some people discard these cards as well. I will do the same as well because they're effectively spent. The only card is, or the important is that first card there. Bar that, you're kind of on your own. Right, so I'll put white there, and hopefully I'll get white. So I've got red. It's going to be one of those days. Right, so then I'm going to go red, blue. Okay, red again, and hopefully, right. So unfortunately, I've lost all these, but that sometimes can be very beneficial. I do think that sometimes that's where the game really comes into its own, is that you can end up with the nightmares coming along and actually be thankful for that. So, you know, it really depends on the luck of the draw, effectively. Right, now, so just seeing we've got a bit of an issue here. Right, so I'm going to go blue there, right, and I'll dump these for the time being so that makes it clearer. And oh dear, so I'm going to lose all of those cards again. It's just one of those days today. 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. Okay, good. Finally, I'm going to get my door. So there you go. So I put it down. Now you can look through the pack to find the blue door. And there's the blue door there. I was lucky. It's right there. Put it here, right at the end. Now I shuffle afterwards, but some people don't. They just generally just continue again. I think that can be slightly cheating. Sounds a horrible word to use. But the thing is that the game doesn't actually suggest either or. The mobile app shuffles. The game itself is kind of indifferent to that. So that's how it is on that front. Right, so we've got one. So we're doing marginally poorly. I'll put that there. Now I've got the key here, so I'm going to keep that because I might use that to defend against. Oh, I've got two keys now. That's useful. I'll put that there, and hopefully I'm going to get a white. Oh, there we go. So I pull the door out, and I have my key, so I can use the key to open the door. So I put there, and then I go and pull two more out. Now I'm lucky. So often what happens is you end up getting caught out there where you'll get a nightmare. So I'll put blue here, and we got red. Unfortunately we don't have a red key, so we got another blue, which is useful. I'll just shuffle. If you don't like shuffling the cards repeatedly, this game probably is not for you, but I don't mind it so much. Put that there, okay, and then I'll put that there, and now I've got the second blue. Now there are two of each, so let's put that there. So sorry, there's three of each. I apologise. I think there's a third one. I'll just quickly check and confirm that. No, there is two of each. Apologies, I was totally wrong. I thought there was three of each, but it says a lot about me. So anyway, and what effectively you're doing is, I just quickly check to see that I've not discarded any of the incorrect ones. Sorry, I'm just quickly running through to make sure all the cards. You're not normally supposed to look through the discard pile, just to let you know, but I've just done it there because I wanted to just check to make sure I'm correct at the moment. Right, now you've just seen that the nightmares come out, so I'm going to use that blue to combat the nightmare, the blue key to combat the nightmare. Another nightmares come out, useful. Then I'll use the green, so I've now lost the green, which I did want to keep, and then I'll go 1, 2 and 3. Okay, that's not bad. It's not good either. I'll put that there just so you can see that. And effectively, this is the game. The thing about the game, which I would say to people, is that it may come across as quite simplistic, but actually it's quite sophisticated. Its logic is a little bit more push and pull, as I said before, than your classic push your luck. And I'll just put that key there. So then I've got red as well. See, and what also you find, and I find this a lot, is everything sort of comes together at the most inopportune times, and that's solely because I think the game is structured in that way. Right, so then I'm going to I'll put the white, red's come out, and then we'll put, oh dear, just what we didn't want. But I'm going to use blue key, and hopefully that'll be the last. You can, and people do, count the amount of, or number of, the nightmare cards. I don't, because I actually find it's more fun not to, but if you do, there's no rules against that, and I think that some people prefer that because they like to log how many they've got, and you know, that way there's a real push and pull. I love using that word push and pull at the moment, but this game is very push and pull, it's very tidal. Right, okay, so then I'm going to put that here, and then we'll turn another one over. Ooh. Basically, this game does not want me to get white at the moment, I think. Okay, that's fine. I'm going to dump my blue. I'm going to attempt to go for it. Okay, we've got another blue. Right. I'm going to use blue key, and I'm going to see the next 5 cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Turn them over. Right, we've got one nightmare, which I'm going to dump. And then I've got a red and a green. So, realistically speaking, I'll take the green, put those back, and then I'm going to go 1, 2, 1, 2, oh, that goes back, that goes back, that goes back, and that can happen a lot as well in this game, where you end up with keys and also nightmares congregating together, which is a bit of a pain in the tush. But anyway, I'll put that one there for the last one. So now I've got the second green. Now it's just white and red. I've got to get both whites and one red. I'll just shuffle this again. To be fair, I think the game is lost for me, but you never know. I actually know that the game is lost for me, but hey, we'll keep playing and see what happens. I'll put down my white moon, crescent moon. Okay, so effectively now I'm going to have to go red, and then yeah, nightmares come. I'll lose all of those cards. Now as you get closer to the end of the game, you'll start to see that there are, like for instance, you can see, so I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, oh dear, this isn't good, 5, right. And this is good actually, so you can see the full plethora of the game. What effectively has now happened is I'm in trouble. I've got, what, 1, 2, just shuffle that now because I don't know why that card was the wrong way around, but I've effectively got now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and I have a bad feeling that they're all action cards, so my agency is completely gone, so I'm going to go put my red there and then turn over. Right, so that, you've got a red there, so you can effectively open that up, so I'll put that there, then you go, right, white, okay, oh dear. So now at this point the game's lost, because you will lose all of these cards unless you want to lose one of the open doors, but this sort of juncture, it's probably pointless. And then the last 2 cards, so you've got 1 key and you've got the door, but the problem is by now you've only got 3 cards, so you're unable to play another hand, so the game's lost. For many, Onirim is the sort of game that basically is like Marmite. Either you love it or you loathe it. I love it. I like solo games. I mean, I do like multiplayer games, but I like solo games that are very probability-wise is very skewed. So you end up with sometimes you win, sometimes you lose. I think the reason is because as a child and when I was younger, my mother was a big fan of solitaire. So I think I like that because it's not always the case you're going to win. The thing about Onirim is that the expansions themselves, personally, don't really add much to the game. 1 or 2 of them do, but the rest of them are kind of, seem as if they've just been bolted on because they knew that the game had become popular. That said, however, the base game is that good that I think that it's well worth exploring if you like solo games. If you're a 2-player game, if you're looking for a 2-player game, I don't fully recommend Onirim because I think, pardon me, the issue with Onirim is that it doesn't really work for me structurally as a 2-player game, and that's probably because I played the solo game too much. So I would say that if you are an avid player of the solo game, or you've played it either on the mobile or as a physical card game, you might find it difficult to sort of ingratiate yourself into the 2-player game, because it's one of those games that I don't feel translates over. But then I've been reading up, and a lot of people seem to absolutely love it. So who knows? It's just my opinion. What I will, however, say is this: that Onirim is going to be, and certainly will be, a game that will last a considerable amount of time if you put the effort in. Some people don't, and they go, "Oh, I just find it sort of blah, and it kind of didn't placate me." That's because I think that they're looking for an experience where they know that they have a winning sort of opportunity. This game doesn't, it robs you of that constantly, and I actually enjoy that. Once again, I'm sort of repeating myself, but I enjoy the fact that sometimes a game will not let me win, and sometimes I can see, as the old adage goes, the chips are down, the writing's on the wall. And that is actually why I think that Onirim is such a good game. So if you're looking for that, if you're looking for an experience that's constantly different, constantly new, Onirim's for you. If you're looking for a game that you know you probably will get a chance to win at some point, then Onirim probably isn't solely for you. So that was Game Club. This is Onirim, and I'm Simon. Thank you for watching.